So ChatGPT's image 2 better than Nano Banana? Let's have a look. Okay, so ChatGPT has brought out a new image generator, Image 2. I think the image generation piece has improved enormously. If you think about DALL-E, when I first started using these large language models 2 or 3 years ago, it was pretty ropey. It would produce an image. It was, the images often were quite simple. Forget text. Text was an absolute nightmare. And then we saw Image Gen 1 on ChatGPT and Nano Banana on Gemini, and it just improved and got better and better. And Nano Banana Pro has, up until now, been the industry standard. And actually, it does everything pretty well. So what needs improving? Well, not a lot, I think, is fair enough to say, but can it be improved? Can ChatGPT produce a better image generation tool than Nano Banana? Well, actually, I think it can. And let's have a look at why I think it's probably the number one tool right now. As always, I will give you a full prompt pack with every prompt that I've used today in it, and there'll be lots of other information. So you just click the link down below and it will take you to that prompt pack. You can download it. You can try the prompts as I've done it along with me, or you can change those prompts for whatever you need, but it's all available for you, so you don't have to take notes. Just sit back and enjoy the pictures. Okay, so with these prompts, so I've created some quite detailed prompts. A bit later on, I'll do some very simple prompts, but I created some quite detailed prompts because I wanted to test this out. So for the first one, I've said use thinking before generating. And I think that's one of the big differences with this new model is that it uses thinking. So it will think through the task you've given it, and then it will produce the image. And I think that's probably where we're getting the increase in quality of images. And I've said create a clean professional poster for a YouTube video about AI image generation. And then I put the aspect ratio in 16:9. Now, certainly on image gen, often it would go a bit wobbly on the aspect ratio. So we'll be really interested to see whether it does that. Design style, modern white background, solid grid layout, main visual, a laptop on a desk showing 4 small AI generated outputs, product advert, an infographic, storyboard, social media post, exact text to include. So I'll put some exact text in there, small footer text, the Professor AI, spell every word exactly. Do not add any extra words. Keep all text horizontal. No fake logos, no distorted hands, no unreliable micro text. And this is what it gave me. Pretty good. So what it's done is really followed my brief. Now, whether this is what I would use for a thumbnail, and if you've clicked on this one, you know that I haven't used this one, but I don't quite like the colouring, but it's done exactly what I said. We've got a laptop, we've got 4 different pictures on there. The text is perfect, sharp, really, really very good. For one prompt, that's pretty impressive. Okay, let's move on. Next, again, I said use thinking before generating. Create a clear one-page infographic for senior business leaders, the AI governance gap. I've gone through, and don't forget you can get all of these prompts down below. And here we go. The AI governance gap. What leaders think. Policy versus what staff actually do. They use AI. The main risks, data leakage, poor evidence, bias, no audit trail. Better response, map the usage of your organization, set rules, train your teams. Pretty good. Pretty good. You could use that, couldn't you? Very cool. Okay, let's move on. I've got a few, so we're going to move on quickly. Again, use thinking before generating, create a premium launch campaign image for a fictional AI productivity product. Product is called Briefly. From 80 pages to 8 decisions, Briefly turns complex documents into clear board summaries. Try the demo. love this. I mean, see, I'm not sure how I would prompt for that, but it's done it. Very cool. I mean, the fact is, I've produced this. I'm no graphic designer. I've no skills in this area. I've just prompted and got that to work. Maybe it looks like there's two folders on top of each other there. Maybe this isn't quite right. You know, why isn't that open at that end? I'm splitting hairs. Interesting. You've got a printout here. It's the same as what's on the desktop. All these documents feeding in. You can even see a story. Very, very cool. Now, adapt this campaign into 3 consistent versions. A 1x1 LinkedIn post, 9x16 vertical story, 3x1 website banner. Keep the same product name, visual identity, color palette, and message. Make each layout feel designed for its format rather than cropped. So we're going from this. Have a look. This is the square version. It went from this to this. So it's moved the text around so it fits this square format appropriately. Here's the long, thin one. So it's actually moved the picture around so all the documents at the top and they sweep down into this one page. And he's put the text in the middle. They try the demo. And then the third one is the banner. How cool is that? I am very, very impressed. That's very cool. Okay, so create a character reference sheet for a professional explainer video. Friendly but serious AI governance advisor called Alex. Age mid-40s, appearance, short dark hair, some grey. Navy blazer, open collar shirt, glasses, calm expression, professional but approachable. So it's created a character reference sheet. This is Alex, AI governance advisor, calm practical evidence led. So we've got him standing, explaining, pointing, listening, neutral, concerned, amused, confident, even got navy blazer, open collar shirt, glasses, brown shoes, calm practical evidence led, his personality note, character notes. This is very good. I'm very impressed. Okay, next. Using the same character design, Alex, create a 6-panel storyboard for 30-second explainer video. Why your company needs an AI usage map. Alex sees staff using different models. Alex looks at messy board labeled unknown AI use. Alex interviews team and maps use cases. The map reveals 3 risks area, data accuracy, approval. Alex presents a simple traffic light system to leaders. The team now has a clear AI strategy dashboard. See what we get. AI being used. But where? Map the usage. Spot the risks. Set the rules. Lead with evidence. Character consistency. It makes sense. It understands. Very, very, very good. I think you've already found out. I think this is quite impressive. Okay, so use thinking before generating, create a clean educational infographic explaining this idea. Confidence is not evidence. And I will put a link below to my blog on confidence is not evidence if you want to see it, about not trusting AI. And you'll have seen the video that I did about the 5-step verification checklist, extract claims, trace sources, triangulate, challenge, and judge. Hope you watched that video. If not, I'll put it up here. And let's see what we got. AI output is confident and fluent. Here's the answer you requested. It's based on widely accepted knowledge. As a result, we can conclude that blah, 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 blah. Sounds confident, polished, and fluent. Fluent does not mean factual. Check it. Extract the claims. So what is it actually claiming? trace the sources. Where did it get that information from? Triangulate. Is there more than one version of that evidence? Challenge. Okay, look at it again. Check that it's absolutely right. Look at it from a different perspective. Judge. That's the human bit. Does it make sense? Because if you put it out under your name, you're responsible for it. Cool. Clean, crisp. I haven't seen a spelling issue yet. Do you see one? Put it in the notes below. I haven't seen one yet. And then I've said, act as a visual editor, review the image you just created. Give me what works, what's unclear, what text is too small, one revised prompt to improve it. Produce that. This is ChatGPT. Then a revised prompt. I put that prompt in. Got this. It's cleared up this side. Confident AI answer. Fluent does not mean factual. It's got the verification down this side. Confidence is not evidence. AI output needs human verification. So simplified it. Very cool. Okay, so here is what I did was knock together a quick thumbnail for this just in Canva. And then I said, make this look like a polished YouTube thumbnail for a professional AI tutorial. Keep the main person. Don't change anything. This is what it gave me. So it went from this to this. Very cool. What do you think? Would you click on that? Did you click on that? Then I asked it to draw me a picture of 5 professors. Now, if I did a video about 2 years ago and I asked it to draw me a picture of a professor. And I can tell you that most of these models, if you ask it to draw a picture of a professor, it looks like me or this chap on the right. Now, I didn't give it a prompt to give me a diverse group of professors, but it has. And at least that's nice. I like that. I like the fact that it hasn't immediately gone to this chap here. This is what professor looks like, because they don't. They look like all these people and different people as well. That's really impressive. I'm happy with that. Now, one of the tests that I always do with image generation is draw me a watch showing a time other than 10 past 10, because actually up until about a year ago, that is all they would produce. So I said, draw me a watch showing a time at 4:20. Beautiful. Crisp. In there. All of the text is beautifully rendered. Very, very impressive. I'm really impressed. Then I threw a picture of me in and said, draw me an image of this person, me, as a 1960s bobblehead doll. Very good. Even my sunglasses, you can see, are darkened up here. Even darkened the sunglasses. Very cool. It probably looks like me, doesn't it? Very good. Now, because I'm testing a new model, I thought, let me test something. Let me get, I'm just gonna jump down in my notes. I put some effort in to try to find prompts that would really test this model out. So this one was a macro close-up of a hand-blown glass carafe filled with swirling iridescent oil and water. The carafe is placed on a vintage newspaper. Focus on the realistic refractions, and text behind the glass should be distorted, magnified, and flipped according to the laws of optics. High-speed photography, 8K, caustic light patterns, and a mahogany table below. Wow. Now, lots of models really struggle with this refraction. Got oil and water being mixed. I'm not sure whether it actually looks like the oils in the carafe or whether it's a decoration, but on the carafe. But certainly see it. Got this old newspaper. You've got the refractions in there. You've got a nice reflection on the table. It looks like a mahogany table. It's incredible. Very, very cool. The next, I said, a detailed technical drawing of a human hand performing a complex cat's cradle string figure. The string must wrap realistically around the specific fingers, creating tension, slight skin indentation, anatomically correct skeletal structure, faintly visible through translucent skin, white background, blueprint style. Very, very cool. So not quite right here. The cat's cradle seems to go through the finger. Bit of an indentation along here. Certainly got the anatomics working. Hands are classically very difficult. 4 fingers and a thumb. Fingers look different. Very good. Not sure what this is. Maybe a run through a finger. Or maybe it's this line here through a wrist. Very, very good. I pushed it even further. A high-resolution photograph of a wooden Penrose triangle sitting on a workbench. So that's the sort of impossible triangle. A marble is captured mid-roll, seemingly moving upward along one of the impossible paths. Dust motes dancing in a single beam of light. Shallow depth of field, hyper-realistic wood grain. How cool is that? We've got this impossible object, marble on it. You've got the light. This wood grain is just incredible detail. Got the right depth of field, past. Cinematic movie poster for a film titled The Last Syntax. The title is written in bold, 3D neon lettering below it. A tagline in a clean serif font reads, "Code is the only law left." The background shows a futuristic library where the book spines also have legible titles like Python, Logic, and Void. The last syntax, code is the only law left. Python, Logic, Void. And I think one of the key things here is that we've been through a few of these now, many of them with text on. We've not found a problem with the text yet. That's absolutely remarkable. Very, very cool. Okay, an oil painting of a polar bear and a Bengal tiger playing a game of chess in a lush rainforest. The bear is moving the knight with a gentle paw. The tiger looks contemplative. Sunlight filters through the dense ferns. A reflection of both animals is visible in a small puddle between them. Cool is this? So we've got multiple things going on here. We've got light. We've got 2 animals. The animals are properly coloured. It's managed to get them right in the reflection. The tiger looks contemplative, even moving the white piece. We're getting to a level, I think, beyond what I expected anyway. So an extreme close-up of a rusted iron bolt piercing through a delicate wet silk ribbon. Contrast the rough, flaking orange oxidization of the metal with the smooth, translucent, shimmering fibers of the teal silk. Tiny water droplets are clinging to the silk threads, reflecting the rusted bolt. My goodness. I don't know what to say. So even the drops are reflecting the bolt. So cool. I'm struggling to find a problem with this as yet. We found one, didn't we? We had the cat's cradle one going through the fingers. A 1950s Kodachrome street photograph of downtown Tokyo. Everyone is wearing authentic 15th century samurai armor. The lighting must match the grainy, warm, high contrast film stock of the era. Motion blur on a vintage bus that's passing. So this is blending different contexts, the sort of 1950s, the samurai warriors, the Kodak photo. You've got clarity and blurring, and you've got the bus. So cool. Really, really now you are basically limited by your imagination. Absolutely amazing. We've got more. Okay, a transparent glass cube falling into a pool of thick black ink. Capture the exact millisecond of impact, a crown-shaped splash of ink rising up, while a pocket of air is trapped beneath the glass. The ink should have a viscous, oily sheen, high-speed strobe lighting, dark background. Absolutely amazing. A portrait of a woman looking through a rain-streaked window at night. Her face is partially obscured by the droplets. We see her direct face, but we also see her reflection in the glass. Through the glass, we see a blurry neon lights of a city, 3 distinct layers of depth. We've got her reflection here. Got the water. Got the lady. We've got the background. I mean, I specifically asked for prompts that would test an image generation model to its extreme, and it's just passed them all. A visual representation. So it's done really well at doing things that we understand. So I said, a visual representation of the feeling of a forgotten Tuesday. Not a literal scene, but an abstract composition of muted beige and grey shapes, a clock melting into a puddle of sand, a single frayed copper wire, and the texture of old parchment, cinematic lighting, melancholic atmosphere. The feeling of a forgotten Tuesday. I don't know. But I'm amazed. Clock going into sand. Very cool. 10 past 10. You don't give it a time, that's the time it always gives you for a clock. Very cool. All right. That's Image Gen 2. Now, I use Nano Banana all the time. And I should say that I produced all those images. So usually when I'm doing an image video like this, I will do all the images before, as I've done in this case. But that's mainly because I often hit buffers of usage. So I want to get all the images done. So I'm not doing a video and then stopping and starting, what have you, while I'm waiting for model to give me more credits to be able to do more images. But this one, I did them all one after another, and I never hit the buffer. Now, I may well have hit the buffer with the next one, but I was pushing it and I didn't get there. I produced all those images and with no problem whatsoever. And I'm only on the $20 a month plan for ChatGPT now. So it wasn't like I've got the $200 plan. So Image 2, I'm blown away. It's absolutely superb. I think it gets things, it's got all of the text right. And honestly, that used to do my nut. It's got all of the text right. It follows the prompts really well. It's quite quick as well. It doesn't take 10 or 15 minutes to generate an image, even the really complex ones that I put in. It's a couple of minutes max. So I think this is now the new industry standard, and I'm looking forward to see what Nano Banana does to try and keep up with it. But right now, I think Image Gen 2 in ChatGPT is the best image generator out there, which is great. Keep competing, Google and ChatGPT, because that means we get better products. All right, don't forget, download all the prompts. Dead easy, it's free, it doesn't cost you anything. While you're there, check out the website, new website that I've built with Claude. I'm very proud of it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and ring the bell if you want to find out when I put out a video. I usually put out 1 or 2 a week. And also on the website, you can, and I'll put a link down below, if you want to subscribe to my newsletter. It comes out once a week. Usually has 1 or 2 stories in, tells you what's going on with the channel, what I'm doing, and I think people find it useful. So if you want to subscribe, I'll put a link down below. All right, that's me. I've been the Professor. It's a pleasure to speak to you. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye for now.